What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Nana manga, this time with volume 14, I believe now, chapter 54. I'm going to recap the last one real quick here. We had a very brutal ending to the episode, as we do most of the time, honestly, with this manga. Usually some kind of like brutal revelation or something, but some cute scenes here with Miu and Yasu, as well as Nobu and Yuri. Some cute stuff there, but yeah, obviously the paparazzi getting their hands on some images of Ren and Reira. Obviously Misato was now revealed to be this new apprentice girl. Again, I forget what her actual job is. I think it's just like a few handy bits here and there, but again, I had no idea this was Misato. Maybe should have realised, but I think it would be much easier to realise if it was in the anime, just because of her voice. But yeah, love seeing that. Love seeing that she's going to be a big part of the story going forward as well, hopefully. You guys know I've had a major interest in her kind of fraud that she's been using Osaki's sister's name. Yeah, we had this encounter with the paparazzi last episode, which wasn't good in its own right, but then again we actually ended off with the paparazzi sending this photo and releasing this photo to the public as well, with Ren and Reiro. Nothing even happened here. It was just reminiscent. Nothing even happened, but again, because of the paparazzi, it's been made to look terrible. And now we have Yasu comforting Osaki. Takumi has seen that as well, of course. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what we've got today. I will just quickly switch over to the other version to see the coloured panels at the start here. For volume 15, my bad, not volume 14, volume 15, chapter 54. Nice little shot of Ginpei here, as well as bananas. Very warm. What is this? A Ribbon Mascot Comics cookie. There's a nice little book cover. And a volume 15. So again, I'll read that in a moment. I think that's Osaki. Yeah, that's Osaki right there. Got white hair in this shot. Dyed her hair, has she? Honestly, she looks a little bit like Shin. Like that. And here is the cover art. Nobu and Nana, Shin and Yasu. They like their leopard print, don't they? I'm not a big fan myself. I don't think I very much probably don't suit that. But yeah, we'll read that in a moment as well. Just check if there's any more. Bit myself. Check if there's any more artwork. Got a bottle of something here, some kind of alcohol probably. And we've got this cover as well for the chapter of Takumi. He's like, what would you call that? Because he doesn't look in shock. He looks like slightly maybe like disappointed, or maybe just like unapproving in this shot here. And I'm quite a fan of it. I'm quite a fan of him looking like this, honestly. Good. But yeah, we'll get into actually reading some of the new chapter now. Do let me know what you guys think of this one down in the comment section though. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. And I will just quickly skim over this to check if there's anything we need to read here. No, it's just that bit of a recap. Oh, that day when I came home from cleaning apartment 707, there was a present waiting for me from Nana, who was out on tour. It was hilarious. The name of the shochu was crazy. I wanted Takumi to drink it with me, so I was ready to stay up all night waiting for him to come home. I actually translated it here, nice. So what was it? DR, of course. Something. Because I'm listening to the One Piece songs, I want to say Daikozoku Jidai. Because that's at the start of every bloody episode, but it's not. It's Dai Makyo or something like that. Dai Maho Sama or something like that. But the Demon Lord, what's her name? Sachika. That might have been even funnier, honestly, if it just said Sachiko on that. But yeah, we've got some Demon Lord Shochu. Lovely. I'm not sure what type of alcohol Shochu is. Guess I can Google that real quick. Shochu. Distilled liquor. Not sure what that means. Similar to brandy and vodka, okay. Fermented liquor. Okay. I never had it. Probably never will. Unless I go to Japan, perhaps. Not much of a drinker anyway, so probably not. Oh, apologies, guys. I have got some eye spray. Some different one than the... I had some for hay fever and itchy eyes last time. But the problem is I don't have itchy eyes, but I've got a new one for dry eyes. Like, it's actually making my eyes itchy. I feel like I think I mentioned this before about products like anti-dandruff shampoo, anti-blackhead or spot cream and stuff like that. I feel like that actually gives you more of what you're wanting to remove. Like, it probably gives you more dandruff or spots, or in this case more eye issues, so that you can buy more product, honestly. And again, the proof's kind of in the pudding for me. As I said, my eyes have never been itchy until I actually used this eye spray, and my eyes are actually getting itchy now. Quite annoying. Yeah, but here's that little bit of artwork again. Dear Hachiko, how are you? What have you been up to since we last talked? I found this in Kyushu and just had to send it. Apparently it's a famous sake here. It's great. But maybe you shouldn't drink it while you're preggers. Bummer for you. Take care and don't give in to your Yakuza husband. I mean, I said he is a bit like a Yakuza husband, isn't he? Punks on tour. That's a nice little photo there. Love, Anna. That was a lovely little postcard, wasn't it? That was lovely. Yeah. Beautiful. Nana sounds like she's doing good. When Nana's happy, it makes me happy too. I keep on reading this over and over. Hey Nana. Even when we're apart, you're always in my heart. Oh, very wholesome start. As I said, I feel like we start a lot of the time quite wholesomely and quite well. Although sometimes not so much with like when Takumi's involved. But a lot of the time we do start quite nicely and quite often then the chapter kind of devolves into terrible things happen. I can hear you singing, inspiring me. With those intense eyes and that fearless gaze. Hey Nana, can you hear me too? Nana. What about this date as well? 2001 on the 11th of the 11th. What the date? 111101. Don't be fooled by how it looks. Just believe in the Ren that you know. Shut up, let me go. I mean, he's right. But it's hard not to take this at face value, especially when it's being sent by your worst enemy. If any of you guys ever felt like this, again, I've never been cheated on per se, but I've felt like this. I've mentioned it a few times about finding out a girl I used to really like got with one of my best friends. He didn't end up being one of my best friends really, but I was good friends with him. But obviously after that, he very much didn't. But I didn't know about that for like I think I mentioned this again a few times, but I didn't know that for years, even after I stopped liking her. I only found out like maybe 4 or 5 years after the fact, and it still pissed me off, and it still got to me. And again, we stopped being friends before that, but that very much put a full stop on that, because I think everyone knew how much I liked her as well. It was yeah, annoying, but I can definitely understand because when you hear about that, you just like you don't question it. You don't like, oh, is that for real? Is that why? You don't ask why. You just like you just have that reaction of just emotion in yourself. I've always been quite an emotional guy, I will say. I've never been able to get my emotions across a lot of the time. But I'm pretty in tune with my emotions. I'm pretty in tune with other people's emotions, especially. I think I'm quite good at like reading rooms and reading people. That's why I like shows like this and such so much. But yeah, it's hard not to just have that kind of fire, as we see here, kind of a fire kind of burning in you of just like hate, but like sadness and disappointment, and it's hard not to feel a bit overwhelmed with that. But Yasu is right here. Objectivity doesn't play a part in any of this. What I'm trying to say, perhaps. This photo is meant to rile you up. It's only incriminating if you take it the wrong way. Again, like you like on this point, you'd maybe expect if they were to actually see them cheating, like you'd expect them to use a better photo. If you know what I'm saying, like this is the paparazzi. They'd use a photo of them like kissing or like getting together. They wouldn't just use a photo of them hugging, surely. Because that doesn't really prove anything. It insinuates, but it's not like absolute total proof that they're after, is it? Search doesn't want you and Ren to get married and be happy. Happiness doesn't sell. They're just trying to break you guys up. Don't fall into their trap. What does it say? I'd love it if I could like. I'm not sure if this is a thing. I'd love to just be able to spin the page around. I know Red wouldn't betray you like this. Shut up. I know. Then why are you crying? You made me cry. How? Excuse me. Don't be so nice to me anymore. What are you on about? What are you on about, Osaki? He made you cry. If you don't want to betray Ren, then don't invade my heart anymore. Yep. Don't invade my heart anymore. Alright. And don't cry in front of me anymore. I do like these two. I think they would make a great couple, honestly. It's almost effortless a bit with these two as well, in a way. If you guys understand what I'm saying there. Again, it's a bit hard to explain, but it just feels kind of effortless. It kind of just feels like these two are just a good match. Like they don't really got to force anything. They're just, yeah. Ouch. Ooh. Shin on the desk right there. So that's the thing with a lot of Japanese kind of tables and stuff, isn't it? They usually like sit down on the floor, so their tables are lower, so you are prone to whacking your shins, which is probably the worst part of your leg to whack. I think with my desk and like usual tables, it'd be like the top of your knee, which isn't too bad, honestly. But the shin is a painful one, especially with edges this sharp. I've got plenty of scars and bruises and lumps on my legs, so used to that. Are you alright? Fine! Leave me alone! Slight smirk here. Yasu, especially with fucking legs this small, like legs this thin. I didn't break it. Don't tell Ren that I saw that photo. But it's going to be in this week's search. So Ren will just laugh and make excuses. And I'll laugh and say, how stupid. That's it. Telling him will just create more drama than it's worth. Congratulations. Oh yeah, we did. I think we did actually read that last week, didn't we? Horrible thing to fucking do, isn't it? horrible thing to do to someone. Forget your job. Just think about what you're actually doing to someone and their emotions and their marriage and the relationship that they've had since they were young. Disgusting behaviour, isn't it? Disgusting behaviour. Alright. This is what happens though when people when you follow people in terms of structural hierarchy in businesses and stuff, when you listen to the big dog at the top, you just go with what people say and what the objective is. You're hurting other people. It's again, at my old work where I used to work at a call center, I used to kind of hurt the business. I always saw it as I say I used to hurt the business in a positive manner. We used to have a discount that could sometimes be applied to some policies and sometimes not. I'm not sure what the kind of qualifications were. It just either was there or it wasn't, and most of the time it wasn't. But most of the time, well, pretty much every time someone asked, I'd give them a discount in some manner. I felt like, again, this is probably wrong, although I was working there and I got perfect marks on all my calls for the whole time I was there. Never got reprimanded or anything, but I personally thought you want to keep this person as a loyal customer. You want to keep them around no matter what. I mean, what is a 5% discount, which I think was the max? What is a 5 or a 2% discount when you're talking about someone being treating someone good for being part of your business for so long? If you know what I'm saying, I feel like in situations like paparazzi and scammers and such, obviously I don't give a fuck about any of that, and it's just it's disgusting work. And the higher ups would have probably, if they did find out about any of that stuff, they probably would have reprimanded me, stop giving away so much money and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm actually surely I'm making you more money by keeping our customers around. I don't know. That's the thing of business, is they always preach about good customer service and treating people well and fair and such, but in actuality, again, they just, as everyone pretty much knows, just want to line their pockets with money. So yeah. Alright. Also, I've never been too great at arguing with people, so it'd always just again be easier just to be if anyone did bring up their they wanted a discount and why they didn't, I'd just be yeah, okay, here you go. I just made my job a lot easier in every sense. But I didn't mind working in the call center, but obviously it's not where I want to live my life. Too overbearing. Baldy. Moshi Mosh. Takumi. Search took photos of Ren and Reira together. How'd you know about it? He's more surprised at the fact that Yasu knows. I heard it. Oh, damn, there's a lot of text here. I heard it from a reporter I know. So you knew about it? Search called and told us ahead of time that it's going to be in this week's issue. So we're going to go raid their office. Honestly, fucking do it, bro. I'd love to see that. Yes, let's go. Terminator Takumi. I've come for the papers. I've come for the photo. Don't hit them. I was just kidding. I mean, who is this guy? Who knows about it? It's alright, calm down. How am I supposed to calm down? Why she got to go sing a song about a married man? God damn it. Well, what's done is done. But thanks for calling to let me know. Wait a minute. What does Ren have to say about it? He didn't really get with Reira, did he? Maybe if he was high. I don't know. Again, I think from an outside perspective about being high and such, again, you guys know my experience, I spoke about it. You would think that people would do anything if they're in a high state on whatever drugs is available, but it's not always the case. I mean, there are certain drugs, certain crazy drugs like heroin and such I've never done personally, and of that level that maybe you could do anything like shrooms. I've never done shrooms actually. I've done what are they called, truffles from Netherlands. So I've done some pretty intense truffles, but I've never been on shrooms. I imagine it's slightly similar, but I imagine shrooms are a bit more intense. So I wasn't that good on truffles, so I don't think I'll ever do shrooms. I think I'd probably be a bit scared. Probably haven't got the right mindset for that. But yeah, I feel like again that kind of thought of people will do whatever if they're on drugs. It's not actually true. People usually act within your realms of like I wouldn't get with a girl I wouldn't want to get with if I was high. 99% of the time, I'd say. There's always that possibility, which I think is the thing, isn't it? There's that possibility for chaos and craziness. It's a bit of a yeah. It's not exactly shouldn't be thinking like that. Is maybe what I was saying. You got to trust his genuineness. I don't know what to call it. Trust his loyalty. That's what I'm probably looking for. Trust his loyalty, even if he was not sober. But he was sober, and again we saw it all, so we know the full context. I don't know. Our manager went to find out what happened. At any rate, when that photo goes public, Ren's reputation is going to tank. And after such a good run. Oh, is he maybe thinking about getting rid of Ren? That wouldn't surprise me if Takumi just like, as easy as Ren got brought in to replace someone else, if they just replaced Ren as well. I wouldn't be too surprising, would it? And that would send Ren down a spiral, I do imagine. And people really like Nana now, so Reira won't fare too well either. But Search is making a big deal about the fact that Nana and Ren aren't officially married yet. They even went to ask Morioka about it. What? Search is making Blast out to be the bad guys? So what do you want me to do about it? How does that work exactly? I don't really understand this. Which is probably a good thing for me. That might show I'm not a terrible person. I think everyone's got a bit of bad inside them in some way, haven't they? Everyone's got a side of them they don't want other people to see. But I think that maybe again shows I'm not too bad, considering I don't really understand how they're making Nana and Blast out to be bad guys in this situation, when this situation is just Ren and Reira who are part of Trap Nest. Like no one's involved in this. Nana's obviously involved because she's the wife to be of Ren, but she like how are they going to paint her to be a bad guy in this situation? How does that work? I don't get it. They'll probably say the engagement was just a publicity stunt. Oh, I see. So they're going to be like Nana just so they were always a thing, but Nana just wanted to be with Ren publicly so she'd get a bit more limelight. Okay. It's obvious their marriage was something to do with the band biz. If you make it seem like Ren and Reira really got together, it'd make more sense. Ah, that scenario is definitely more interesting. Well, you're pretty evil yourself for thinking up something like that. Yeah, what I said. I was maybe shoot my shyfulness for not realizing, and it maybe shoot Takumi's sinisterness for thinking about this so quickly. That's why I hate this guy so much. Perhaps we're just like, I think me and Takumi, I wouldn't say we're totally polar opposites. There's definitely things I relate to him with. I wouldn't even say we're opposites, to be honest with you. Again, there's quite a bit I kind of maybe mirror, and maybe things I don't like about myself that Takumi does. Maybe that's why I don't like him so much in a circumstance as well. But I just hate this fucking guy. I hate people like him. I really do. Really hate people that just don't care about other people. But like a big positive message nowadays is to not care what other people think, but you should also care about what other people think, because everyone's got their own feelings. Like, you're not just the main character. Like, I just hate people with that kind of main character kind of syndrome stuff. It just really fucking pisses me off. But again, you've got to admire it to an extent, but it does, like, yeah. I won't get into that whole point now, but well, you're pretty evil yourself for thinking up something like that. You really are a covert mafia don. Shut up. If you're so Yakuza, do something about it. They just took the photos last night. They're going to force this into the magazine, so even if we try to stop them, there'll be a problem. Well, I don't care about Search's problems. So it's possible you can stop them from publishing it? Yeah, but even if we stop them this time, I'm sure they'll still write about the engagement being faked. We need them to get married ASAP. Nana says she's beginning. Nana says the beginning of next week, and Guy is looking for a place for them to live. Well, that's good. I'm counting on you. If we can shake them off this time, things will be alright. I was going to put a stop to this anyway, whether you asked me to or not. If not, we're all screwed. That's it. It is a very precarious time for both of these bands, isn't it? One just starting and could be finished. You know, like not exactly like a one song wonder, but something similar of like just a startup band gaining popularity, just tanked by all this bad news and press and stuff. I feel like situations like these shouldn't ruin a band though. Like this is nothing majorly serious. Don't get me wrong. And I was gonna say we're talking about cheating while in a marriage, but we're not even married yet, so it's not even that. It's just like cheating, and we know that's wrong, but it's nothing to like. You wouldn't cancel Katy Perry or Taylor Swift over cheating over a boyfriend, would you? Like that would never happen. I don't think. Maybe it'd be more likely in these days, in this era, but unless it's probably much less likely in our era than it was here. But even so, like you'd think there may be something a bit more extreme, something you actually get arrested over. But and even then, people almost look up to like rock stars that eat bats, like Ozzy Osbourne, for example, and shit like that. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like this shouldn't ruin a band. End up for your dream. What are you going to do, Takumi? They're saying no amount of money can stop them, and we'll go negotiate something. Then we'll negotiate with something else. But we don't have anything to bargain with. This scandal's too big. There's nothing we can do. So what is he thinking here? Let's try. This is a bit like Mindhunter. Let's try and get in the mind of a criminal. Don't get it wrong. Yeah, Takumi's not a criminal. He's pretty criminal in some of the things he thinks and does. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, let's try and get in the mind of a bit of a scumbag right here. My initial thought, which is probably wrong because again I don't really think too much like Takumi, is that he's thinking about his relationship. Maybe he's thinking about exposing himself or exposing someone else in place of this exposing. Is what I'm thinking of. I think he's thinking of revealing something here, isn't he? What that is. Or he might be thinking again of maybe getting rid of Ren, perhaps. Again, I don't know. Could be a plethora of evil things this guy's thinking of right here. But yeah, we'll find out. Something needs to be done. Like again, nothing's happened here. Two old friends reminiscing. Is a man and a woman not allowed to hug if they're not in a relationship? Is that illegal? I mean, to the woman in a relationship, it probably should. It probably feels illegal. Your man hugging another woman, I bet. But yeah. Well, I know how it is. I know you two are close. It makes sense to me. But with these photos, you won't be able to make any excuses to the public. You know your celebrity status. You have to watch everything you say and do. Horrible, isn't it? How such a kind of those chapters that felt. I really enjoyed those chapters. I really like that look back and them kind of embracing each other a little bit, embracing the past and what is the upcoming future a little bit there. And it's pretty dark now. It's been kind of sullied like this, isn't it? Couldn't even have that reminiscing session. Goddamn paparazzis. Well, anyway, the president is dealing with it, so let's wait for him to get back to us. And I want you guys to do what he says. Yes, I'm sorry for making such a mess for everyone, but Red didn't do anything wrong. Neither of you guys done anything wrong. Very well, just apologise. That's sort of quite Japanese, this, isn't it? Just like apologizing for nothing profusely. Friend took me to a place where I could breathe. You guys don't understand. Our lives are really stressful. People we don't even know criticize us all the time. We're never allowed to make any mistakes. And we're not allowed to even stick up for ourselves, because we're told that's the price for being famous. We're not allowed to be like anyone else. To be human. Again, I love this look at things. It's something that Oshinoko covers a little bit. A few other anime as well. What was that? Perfect Blue covers it a little bit. I love the look into like idol and pop star and famous. Almost Famous is another one I really like. There's a lot of I like looking at this kind of top 1% of people, like the highest earners, the people that reach the top, because they are almost treated as inhumans, aren't they? And you've got to be like a certain type of way to get that level. But even if you're just lucky, you're now just kind of treated as, again, just like an inhuman. In some cases, subhuman. In some cases, godly. Like it's I've always found it super interesting. Again, like she says here, you do turn into something other than human, don't you? You are a poster on the wall. You're not that person on the wall. You're like the image on the wall right there. You're not actually a human. You're what that represents. And it's probably not doing a great job of explaining it, but I've always found that super interesting. Again, that's why I like Oshinoko and such so much. I love the look at Kanararima, especially in that show. I think she's the best character. All we can do is support each other and do our best. What's so wrong about that? Why can't we do that? Reira, I know what you mean, but don't take it out on them. There. I'm sorry. Well, that's totally fucking justified, Reira. Totally justified. So I experienced this a little bit with comments on YouTube. Like, I don't ever really get any bad comments, honestly, thankfully. Thank you guys who watch my videos, because I never really get any bad comments, but I do see comments on other people's videos, maybe about me or on other people's videos as well, saying stuff, and you just got to kind of ignore it and kind of roll with it, because they don't understand that, again, you're an actual person, not just like a face on the internet. I think the internet's really bad for that, because it is just like, you're so anonymous and you can just say anything pretty much. It is like with the rise of the internet, it's caused probably much more of this kind of making people. It's hard to say, because you do get a much better look at celebrities' life and such, so it does humanise them quite a bit in that manner. You do read their tweets, understand what they're thinking, understand what they're doing, and see more of their lives than you ever did before. But also, again, it does give you that anonymity of, like, you can say and do whatever you want to them and make them feel even more inhuman and even more kind of worth even more or worth even less in some circumstances. It's yeah. What would you guys say? The rise of the internet, has it been a good thing or a bad thing? That's a whole big topic, so I won't get too into that. But I've always had interest and thoughts in that. Again, there's obviously the connection of people, which is a major positive, but there's also just so much negative. It'll be interesting to see how the world goes and how it maybe could have gone without technology advancing quite as quick. I feel like maybe the world could have been a better place if technology wasn't advancing at the pace it is. Who am I to say that? I use technology quite a lot. I forget this woman's name, but she's really feeling for them right now, isn't she? She actually really cares. She's been really nice throughout this whole story, hasn't she? I do like her. Takumi, don't you have any gossip you can sell them? You have a lot of girls besides your fiance, right? Would he expose himself for being a cheat? Would Takumi expose his marriage to be, and then the fact that he's cheating on his wife to save his band? Perhaps. Again, we know he's majorly band focused, so anything could come out of his mouth right here, to be honest with you. Even if I break down their door, they won't take it. It's not enough. It depends on who the girl is. If it's another celebrity, that's hot gossip. I'm going to star in a primetime series in January. Isn't that great? So yeah, something like this. Perhaps we could have Takumi revealing that he's marrying Komatsu, and then also revealing the fact that he cheated on her with this star that's going to be starring in a primetime series in January. Would he do that to save his band? I think he would. Which is just terrible to say. Would 99% of the population do that? No. I don't think, no, not at all, would they? Crazy, isn't it? This guy's capable of that. Like, again, if he does it or not, it doesn't matter. He's capable of that. I think. Narita. Please just drop it. I'll figure out what to do when we see how they react. You asked for my help, so we're going to do it my way. Alright. Freak. Sorry to keep you waiting. We're busy on deadline. From what I've seen from like police interviews and such, this is probably just like a tactic, isn't it? I used to love watching those kind of, I can't remember who uploaded them, but those police videos of like interviewing like psychopaths and murderers, and they used to be uploaded to YouTube. I haven't watched them in a while, but I used to find it really interesting, their kind of methods of interrogating people. Like there was that one that they interviewed a kid on like the side of a university, I think it was, after the death of a girl, and he was the person that killed that girl, and he was like acting all taken aback and such, and then they said that they found some evidence or something, and he just fell to the floor or something. I always find that very interesting. Yeah, it's probably business tactic right here. Not at all. Sorry to bother you when you're so busy. I'm surprised that even Mr. Takumi came to us. What does this have to do with you? That's his band. Kudo, don't be a jerk. He's taking the bait. This might be easy. Takumi's the band leader, manager, and producer. So you're dealing with him. I know. Well, he's young, but totally in control. So what can we do for you today? Oh, come on. We came to tell you not to print those photos. Well, that's why we told you ahead of time. And that's that. But sir, I'm begging you to reconsider. Please don't let those photos go to print. Man, we're sounding really desperate right now. This is not a good... Like, he says he's got bait, but this is not a good negotiations tactic right here, surely. Ren and Reira are just close friends, like brother and sister. If those photos go public, it will hurt both of them, Nana, and all of our fans. Everybody loses. Apart from the paparazzi. And the people that buy the paper. Please don't print that story. I'm begging you. Well, you can beg all you want. What's his deal? He's totally different than I thought. Takumi, I certainly understand, but we have our work to do. But what disgraceful work that is. And what are we going to do? These guys are good one shit. What are we going to do? These guys are thinking, I don't give a fuck. You ain't doing nothing, Sonny Jim. Sorry. I just don't know what to do at times like these. He's definitely acting right now, isn't he? There's no way he's just like this. He's not. He's acting right now, isn't he? Perhaps it is bait. Perhaps this is his bait to act like some kind of broken kid. Oh no. Look, Takumi's an incredibly talented musician, but he's a little ignorant about the ways of the world. You know artists. Right, you guys are super popular, but it's only been 3 years since you hit the scene. God damn it. But Mr. Narrator, you've been in the biz long enough to know that begging and crying won't get you anywhere. But I told you we'll pay. We don't want your money. Who do you think we are? Well, how much are you willing to pay? That's like... This is an interesting shot here, isn't it? Like, obviously the business, like, you can just tell by the way these guys look, the difference in thoughts there. But why does he not care about the money? Surely this whole job is for money and popularity and to raise the readers, to get more people reading their magazine. Does he just do this to expose people and to do horrible things, this guy? Is that his main objective? Does he just want to ruin people's lives? Does he want to take down celebrities, perhaps? Again, I think that's understandable in a way because, like I said, you can have a wrong depiction of a celebrity, can't you? Of them being this god figure and have everything, have money, women, sex, cars, and you want to take them down a peg. I think that's very understandable. But again, it's not like that, is it? They are human people. They have their own issues. You have your normal person problems. They have their famous person problems, which are maybe a little bit more hard to deal with, honestly, in a lot of regards, which again you wouldn't think because they've got money and all the success, but psychologically they're actually maybe hurting a bit more than the normal person. So yeah, again, this guy doesn't want the money, but what are you doing this for then? what are your motivations for this dog shit job then? It's very understandable if it's money. That's the most understandable. But what kind of sinister fucking kind of guy is this? Like, it's terrible that the businessman that's only looking for money is the kind of better person in this situation, isn't it? Well, how much are you willing to pay? Wait a minute. Mr. Takumi, you're an adult, so you have to learn to negotiate like one. You won't survive in the biz if you act like a kid. What do you mean by negotiate? Well, like offer us naked photos of sweet little Rayra for a centerfold instead. You fucking bastard, you. Naked photos of Rayra. No chance that's happening. There's no way they'd ruin their image like that. I'm gonna kill him. Understandable. But yeah, Takumi really is putting on quite the act right here, isn't he? There's no way Ray was doing that. Like, what the hell? You know that's not going to happen. Think of something more doable. Sweet little Rayra? It was just an example. Well, a fantasy, actually. You bastard, you. I just can't think of anything we can offer you in exchange. What am I going to do? Oh, really? You're a hot young thing. Everyone says you're a total player. That's not true. But we've never been able to get any proof. We're pulling our hair out on that one. You must be an expert in covert operations. Lucky dog. So is this going to be the trade-off, is it? Is this where this is heading, hey? God damn. God damn. I'm just thinking about where this could go for Komatsu. Oh, God. Find out about it from the fucking paper. I mean, she needs to find out about this cheating and such, so I'm not too mad about that, but the way that you find out is a big thing. No, I'm just a regular guy. I stick to my lady, even if I don't look like it. Oh, so you do have a girlfriend? You must be very special. I feel like he definitely dropped that in there. Yeah, I feel like that is the way it's going, isn't it? I think I was right initially, wasn't I, about him thinking about selling his own story. I think he's releasing little details purposely here. I feel like Takumi's probably a master negotiator. The way that he's dropping little details here to seem quite naive, but he very much has got them on the hook, hasn't he? He very much is leaving little bits of fish food for them to pick up on, and then direct what they want. So he's actually directing what they're going to offer without him offering anything, which is like genius, isn't it? Can appreciate that for sure. Oh, so you do have a girlfriend. She must be very special. Takumi, And it also makes these guys feel better about thinking they're figuring something out right here, but in actuality, again, they're just being kind of led. Takumi, if you work with us to do a tell-all on that, we won't print the other story. How does this affect the band, though? Because now it would just be Takumi getting a lot of negative press, wouldn't it? How would that affect? Like, we know his main deal is the band, isn't it? But is his main deal the band without him being in the band? I can't imagine a kind of trapness without Takumi. He does so much. I don't think he would leave, but if he had to leave, would he still care that much about the band? You wouldn't expect so, but maybe he would. I guess it would just be a lot of negative press for him. But again, it shouldn't ruin like a career or anything, I don't think. So, what do you think? Are you willing to sacrifice yourself and the woman you love to save your band? Look at him smiling there. But that's not really a smile, but he knew this was what he planned here, isn't it? And he's got his fucking wish. He's got his wish. Alright, thank you. It's a done deal. Damn. God damn. Again, I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of sad. I'm happy for this guy finally being exposed, but the fact that he's been exposed on his own terms definitely takes away from it a little bit. The fact that he's actually done it himself. I guess you got to give him props for that as well, though. But it mostly comes down to that business mind of his, though, doesn't it? About caring for the band first and his wife and son later. Does he just think Komatsu's going to take this? I hope she doesn't. But that is something well within her to just take this on the chin. I really hope she doesn't. But that is it sorted. It seems kind of crazy, doesn't it? I mean, not really, because we are saving Reira and Ren and Trapnest and Blast, but it feels crazy because we're stopping essentially nothing, because nothing happened between Reira and Ren. We're stopping nothing to ruin Komatsu and Takumi's relationship and expose him for cheating. Like, it feels like we're trading nothing for actually something quite big, but in actuality, it was actually something quite big for something not so big in terms of the business side of things. But emotionally, yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Again, masterfully negotiated there by Takumi. Ring. Hello? What? Yes. Really? Sure. Thank you so much. That was the president. They got the article squashed. It's not going public. Oh. How? Search took the money. It's all over. Money? How much did they shell out? Does that mean pay cuts for us? Let's have a drink to celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate, as I said. There's nothing to celebrate here, really. I mean, we can celebrate the fact that we're not going to be ruined, but we shouldn't have been ruined in the first place because nothing happened. So we shouldn't really be celebrating, because we're actually celebrating nothing. We're celebrating that nothing happened from a nothing situation that nothing should have happened from. It's alright, it's alright. Damn, she's crying big time. Mari, why are you crying? And not in my arms. Sorry. I'm just happy that our lives are really stressful. I'm so sorry. Thank you for all your help. Oh. It's nice to know that they've got good people like her around them, isn't it? Well, I'm just glad it all worked out. Takumi, when you say you'll do it, you really take care of business. Much respect. You should have seen it. Takumi's an award-winning actor. Haha. Yunashita, don't you tell anyone about this. Narrator, you talk too much. Of course I won't tell a soul. Well, even though it was just a good act, you got me all emo. About what? I wish I could be that happy-go-lucky. Everyone loses. Please, please don't print that story. You're good. You're good. I know. Again, I quite respect it in a way. I don't know why. I don't. I feel like I shouldn't. I just do kind of respect it in a way. I don't know. This is one of those things we almost saw with Nobu a little bit, but in an opposite kind of terms. Like Takami's done this kind of objectively and business wise, whereas Nobu kind of took the sacrifice of not opening the door to Komatsu on the firework night. He very much took that sacrifice in an emotional kind of sense, whereas Takami's took that here in a kind of in a different sense. I don't know why I kind of see them as kind of a similar type of sacrifice, but opposite as well, if that makes sense. I don't know why I quite respect this honestly from Takami. Like I said, I was like, it's always made me feel a different way about him actually, like about this whole thing. It almost makes me feel like I don't actually want this to get exposed, and I don't want Komatsu to get hurt and for her to find out. But the fact is that he has cheated on her and he has done it, so I'm not mad about that. But I don't know. Again, there's something slightly admirable about this. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was the way he negotiated it, which was really well done. But I've almost actually got positive feelings for Takami right here, which is unusual because I've never had those. Never had those whatsoever. I don't know. I think it's just something about. I've always been a bit of a stickler for self-sacrifice. I think it's because again maybe because we do it in our daily lives, like every day we sacrifice a little bit. I definitely suffer a little bit from that. Again, you might think it's an admirable thing, but it's actually a bit of a negative in some aspects. I don't know if that's why I identify with it so much, and like shows like Code Geass and such, where that is very much an extreme example of it. I think again that's something I've always kind of done. I've sacrificed my enjoyment or my time or my money or something for somebody else. I could think of various examples, but I won't go into detail. But something I've suffered with, honestly. I should maybe look after myself and be a bit more selfish in a lot of respects, perhaps. Maybe that's where this kind of admiration is coming from here for Takumi. The fact that he was, as I said, he was so self-serving and so for himself, and now he's actually done something for someone else, and the band mostly, of course. I do still appreciate it. I think that might just be a me thing, honestly. As a little example, like all my friends, again, I wasn't a massive delinquent, but we're all me and my friends were a bit of delinquents growing up, smoking, doing drugs, and all sorts. If we found any money on the floor or anything, that's getting swiped up. If you find any money, but I'd always be the person that I remember, especially once I saw this guy trying to use a cash machine and he couldn't use it for whatever reason, but he then left, and then like 60, 70 quid came out, and I just knew if it was anyone else, one of my friends, that money would just because he went in the shop by that point. The cash machine's just outside and the shop's over there. Any of my friends, that's just getting taken. And again, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything here. I guess I kind of am anyway. But yeah, he walked in the shop. I just gave it to him because it's like I think about if I just had 70 quid missing, I'd feel like absolute shit. I know I'd feel amazing if I just found 70 quid and. No, it was no one's. You'd be like, oh yeah, awesome, great. I've got weed sorted out for the next week or whatever, drugs sorted out for however long. But yeah, I think I just again that bit of self-sacrifice in me just thought like, I could use this, but this man probably has a family and kids and such. He could use it much more, and it is his money. So yeah, I just walked in the shop and gave it to him, and he was like, "Oh, the machine didn't even work." I was a little bit kind of down because I was thinking of, "Oh, what if the machine actually didn't work and it was just like a free 70 quid?" But you got to imagine it came out of his account. So yeah, just look like I've done plenty of like things like that, like giving up something that maybe would make me happy for someone else's happiness. I don't know why. I feel like it comes from that place of, again, what I talk about with the drugs and not feeling like an actual person and kind of low value on yourself, perhaps, but perhaps place more value on other people. I think that's always been, again, a thing. I don't want to get into it too much, but always kind of valuing other people's lives ahead of my own. I guess I can say I've always kind of struggled with that. Don't want to get too into that though. Again, it's been much more remedied as I've grown older. It looks like we're popping the Demon Lord. A fitting time for it. Look. Fitting time for the fucking Demon Lord right here. Yakuza? Hey, welcome home. Achoo. Damn, just you. Oh, you don't have a fever. But your temperature's a little high. Maybe because you're pregnant? I'm fine. Don't worry so much. You shouldn't fall asleep in here anymore, right? Alright. Alright then, let's go. Go where? To the courthouse. Is it actually... Wow. So is the plan actually to marry her before he gets exposed? I guess that would actually really cement it as a big story, wouldn't it? The fact that it would be a bit similar to the fact that Ren and Nana aren't actually married yet. So is he actually planning on... Wow, how brutal is that though? Holy shit. That, again, the respect I had for Takumi about this might have just been all taken away from this. Holy shit. Like, that bit of admiration and good feeling I had about Takumi might just be taken away now. The fact that you're going to get a girl married, and the happiest day of a woman's life, one of the happiest days and one of the best days of a woman's life, you're gonna do that for her just so you can save your band, and then ruin it a few days later. How fucking horrible is that? That's almost just as bad as the paparazzi, honestly. It probably worse. No way. Oh god, it's just like, I don't know if you guys have this, but just like my heart is kind of sinking right now. Look at her look in her eyes as well. Oh my god, I don't know, I just got this horrible kind of feeling just come across me. My whole body just feels like it's sinking. Holy shit. What a horrible fucking thing to do to someone. He basically just sold her. He just sold his wife-to-be to the paparazzi. And he's going to ruin what would be the happiest day, what maybe will be the happiest day of her life until she finds out why. Will she ever find out about any of this is another good question. And she's going to find out about the cheating from the tabloids and such, but is she ever going to find out about the deal that was made? How would she? Unless he told her. And he's not going to tell her. The agency said it was okay now. Let's get married. What? Again, let's not spend too long on this because I don't want to get too happy. Like I said, I don't want to get. I'm not happy at all. I don't want to see anything happy. It sounds super depressing, but I don't want to see anything happy right now. What? Search found out about us? How did they find out? I don't know. Someone must have ratted us out. Maybe it was Naoki. I bet it was him. He's just jealous of us. Is it because we went to that party? I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it. I was going to announce it to the press anyway. It's impossible to hide everything all the time. But it might shock the fans. So now we can get married just because the search found out? What's going on here? This is Ren and Reira, isn't it? What's going on here? So what now? Armageddon? Disguise. What is going on here? Is this before they... Sorry, I'm slightly lost. Is this before we had all this up here? With Ren and Reira crying about it? I don't really understand what's going on here. Search found out about us. I was going to announce it to the press anyway. It's impossible to hide everything all the time. But it might shock the fans. So now we can get married just because Search found out? What is she talking about? Ren and Reira getting married? Excuse me? What the fuck's going on right now? I don't get this. I don't get what's going on right here. Sorry guys. sorry if it's like massively obvious, but I have no fucking idea what's going on right now. I'll just go with it. I think the fans should be happy that I'm happy. What do they expect me to just jack off by myself? If we lose popularity points, fine. I want people to like us for our music. Better that way. Well, even if the fans freak out, I'm sure they'll still listen to your music. The music stands on its own. It'll be alright. Is that Reira? I'm not sure that's Reira, actually. Kind of hard to tell without her hair. Who is this then? What the fuck is this? I really don't know what's going on here. Sorry guys. Hopefully there might be something that just makes it all click in a second. Your music, what she says here. That's what I'm reading here. It's like I don't really get what's going on. Is even if the fans freak out, I'm sure they'll still listen to your music, not our music. So that isn't Reira. Who is this? Who is this random girl? Just like some random girl that Ren's been cheating on Osaki with. Who that he thinks is the girl in the photo. I don't fucking know. I don't think that's the case. Again, I'm just lost. So we had a talk with Search. It'll be in next week's issue. I can't just let them write anything they want. I'm going to do an interview and try to get them to write a decent article. Oh, then you must be a little relieved. Good thing you found out ahead of time. Yeah, but Search insists on getting a photo of us together. Oh wait. So are you telling me Search is playing both sides here? I don't fucking understand what's going on here. I'm so sorry guys. Maybe this is related to a different situation. I've got no fucking idea what's going on here. Who are these people? Oh my god, I've got no idea. I feel so lost. Who are these people? Oh, that is Ren. That looks like Komatsu. That is Komatsu, isn't it? I thought it looked like her. What the fuck's going on here? Is that Takumi? I'm pissed off. I'm sorry, guys. I'm pissed off. I've got no fucking idea what's going on here. So that is Komatsu. Okay. I didn't I assumed it might be Reira because it looked like Reira and Ren, but face-wise and expressions and such, that is Komatsu, isn't it? Okay. Who's this? This Ren or is this Takumi? The disguises are really effective right now. It looks like Ren, but it could be Takumi. I don't know. Got short hair, so I don't think it is Takumi. I've got no idea. What does Komatsu mean? Search found out about us. Is that Takumi then? Yeah, I think that is Takumi. Okay, so I think I've been able to piece this together. The fact that listen to your music, that would make sense for Komatsu to say to Takumi, wouldn't it? I thought he had short hair, but I used to have long hair, so I know that when you do pull it all together, it doesn't actually look long still at the back, so he could just have it all in his hat. And they did say that Takumi is a master of disguise. Okay, I think we know who it is now. Again, apologies. It might have been very obvious to you guys, but honestly, I was lost. I was lost. Okay. Figured it out finally. Oh, then you must be a little relieved. Good thing you found out about ahead of time. Yeah, but Search insists on getting a photo of us together. This is them on the way. Okay. Again, that would make perfect sense for a normal person, but that scene that we just had of them speaking about going to the office, the marriage office, this would come right after. But like I said, I don't know why I assumed we were stopping them on bloody Ren and Reira for some reason. Again, apologies, guys. What? Of you and me together? They just want a photo of us walking around together. But it'll be a setup. My face is going to be in that magazine. Oh, you're not a celebrity, so they'll probably black out your eyes, so people won't know it's you. Don't worry. Takumi to wed chubby-cheeked Miss N. Shotgun wedding. But then I worry about that too. It makes you look like a criminal. But what can we do? Well, my silhouette will be public. I have to lose weight. That's what you're worried about? When are we shooting the photos? I'm not sure yet, but sometime this week. Give me 3 days. I won't eat anything and lose 6 pounds. Don't do that. Sachiko will starve. But what can I do? I'll be the laughing stock of... I'm sorry. You fucking should be. You should be. Horrible bastard. No, I guess it's alright, Takumi. You just sprang it on me so suddenly I freaked out. I'll be fine. When we go public, there might be things you won't be happy about. But it's better than hiding out like this. You should go out more together. On my days off, and go wherever you want. Why are you saying this now? After the baby's born, we'll all go out together. I want to take the baby to the zoo and amusement parks, things normal people do. I didn't get to do things like that, so I can only imagine the stereotypical things. Like Parents' Day at school, parents videotaping their kids at soccer games, or playing catch with your kid in the park. Again, you ain't making me any type of way after seeing your evil little scheme. But yeah, I've got to feel a little bit for this. I want to do everything a normal parent would do. Takumi, that's actually more than a lot of other fathers do. Hopefully I'll have more time for things like that. So maybe it won't be like that. That's alright. That's what most fathers are like. And I try to be a good mother who never even catches a cold. So let's just try to make a happy family. It feels weird that you can get married just by submitting some document. And so late at night. This isn't very glamorous. So, how's my disguise? I can't tell. I think it's good, but you don't have to worry about that anymore, right? Well, but we're Searcher's hottest gossip, so we can't let anyone else catch us and print it first. So be careful until it comes out. Ah, then maybe we should get married next week instead. If we register in secret, no one should find out within just a week. I never made my real name public. You're so impatient. You can't wait a week? That's like what I usually do. Yeah, Kamatsu's always fucking waiting. Well, it's because I told Search we were already married. What? You told them? I told them, so there's no way to back out. And so the president has to say yes too. The big mouth wins. If we miss this opportunity, I don't think you can really have a go at me for not recognizing these characters. Maybe Komatsu, yes, but does Takumi not just look exactly like Ren in disguise right now? If we miss this opportunity, I don't know when it will happen next. Don't you think you've had enough false starts? What is this though? This isn't a false start. This is the go ahead, yes, but this is the go ahead straight into the pit of fire. Is what this is. This is like a too fast a start. Opportunity? I mean, this is the biggest upset of all. Because I was ready to wait 7 years. It's closed. So this is it. The lights are off. I've dreamed about my wedding day since I was young. I had no patience. She did. She dreamt about, if you remember the start of the series, she dreamt about being a housewife. If you remember Shoji, she was thinking about what her future would be like, sorting out her garden, furniture in her house, and being a stay-at-home wife. This is her dream, and again, I've just got that horrible sinking feeling of just like after this plan that Takumi came up with, a horrible feeling. I understand why people think Takumi's a good character. Takumi is a good character. He's a very good character. But I don't know how you could ever have Takumi as one of your favourite characters. He could never be a favourite character. Not even like, not remotely close. He'd be the opposite end of the spectrum in that regard. He's one of the most disliked characters from media, to be honest with you. I could understand. He's a good character. But he's not a likeable character whatsoever. There's some moments, again, we've had a couple moments today where he has seemed almost likeable, where, again, I have related to him in some circumstances. I do like what he's done in some circumstances, so like some of the sacrifice to an extent, but to an extent, I fucking hate what he's actually done. I've dreamed about my wedding day since I was young. I had no patience. Is this the right place? I finally realised it's alright if we don't get married. Oh, here it is. Now that I've accepted it, my dreams come true just because of some paparazzi? Some paparazzi rag? Some paparazzi rag. I hope she doesn't agree to this. That would actually be like some great jury. I mean, I think she will. I think it's mature if she does or not, to be honest with you. It's not really a sign of how far she's come, if she does or doesn't. But if she doesn't do it right now and doesn't accept these circumstances, I'd be very proud of her. Is this fate? Or the Demon Lord's curse? I can't tell which. I'm pushing the button. But whatever it is, I'm glad. Yes? We'd like to register for a marriage license. Sorry for coming so late. Yes, I'll buzz you in. Hey Nana, I used to hear your songs in my head, like your punk version of Tento Mushi no Samba. But now I can't hear anything. I think we heard that once in the anime. I wonder if you don't hear my voice anymore either. Really? But now, and this is like, I always assume these things that we hear about Hey Nana at the start and end of chapters are like what we saw in the anime after the fact of the show, if you know what I'm saying. Like these this is after everything's said and done, so this is quite it's quite ominous that after things are said and done she can't hear anything. I wonder if you don't hear my voice anymore either. What kind of song is that? You little Misa right there. Well, that was a chapter right there, wasn't it? And is that really that simple? Again, I think it's a normal thing to think about with a marriage is the whole ceremony, isn't it? Is it really as easy as they just like got buzzed in there and now they're married? That's quite crazy, isn't it? Didn't know that could be done like that because again, you usually have like the whole fucking ceremony and all sorts of shit around it. And I was so I'm not. It's actually made it a little bit better for me because again, I imagine they did have like a whole ceremony with her parents there and everything. And you'd be a bit pissed off if you were Komatsu's parents, wouldn't you? I imagine they are pissed off the fact that she didn't have a normal marriage. Her father, probably especially, but I'm always a bit more glad because now that when all this stuff does come out, she hasn't had all that build up with the whole ceremony and such. Does make it a little bit easier of a hit to take, I guess. But yeah, again, my initial thought that we'd be having the whole ceremony and all that, and all this fakery before things get exposed. But yeah, I guess they're married. I think this is actually the start of the next chapter, but it's not really a big deal if I read it now. Nana Komatsu, first grade. So yeah, that's her. I mentioned earlier about us seeing the start of the series where Komatsu was thinking about her marriage and being a stay-at-home wife, and this was her first grade, and she's not even, like I said, she's not even had the ceremony or anything. So I became Anna Ichinose. No, I never want to hear that name said again. Hopefully, when we get divorced, that name will be. If we again, like I said, maybe nothing will even happen with this. Maybe Komatsu will just absolutely take it on the chin and not say a word about this cheating and this explosion of Takumi. Honestly, maybe she might just accept it. I could see her accepting it, so maybe she will always be Nana Ichinose. I really hope that's not the case, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Again, really good chapter today. Lots of here. Again, good vibes. The start. Obviously, dealing with the whole paparazzi throughout. Again, was just horrible after actually realizing what Takumi's plan was here. Again, masterfully done by him, and again, did make me almost feel a bit positive for the dude during some segments of this chapter, but overwhelmingly, again, it's just turned that positive to negative. I feel like that's happened a few times with Takumi. There's been kind of promising signs and showings of things I like about him, but ultimately, by the end of the chapter or an episode, it just gets ruined by how much of an absolute rat bag he is. Interesting stuff with this. Almost feels like it was a few chapters ago with Yasu and Nana right here, but yeah, again, obviously the main part about this was the whole fucking deal that Takumi's made, which yeah, really looking forward to seeing how it goes down. Again, I'm looking forward to it. I'm also not looking forward to it because it's going to be an absolute disaster, but I'm excited to see the chaos. Do let me know what you guys thought about this chapter though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I'll be back next week with episode or chapter, should I say, chapter 55, I think, of volume 15. So see you guys then, and enjoy the rest of your day.